Right, let's talk Norwich. It's official, Manning's gone. I was at 2-1 defeat to Leicester, but Cubs finally pulled the plug. Honestly, I'm not shocked. You could feel this was coming for weeks, but football was flat, the energy was gone, and that Leicester game just summed it up. No control, no fight. So next, but big question, who comes next? The bookies have already dropped their odds, and there's some interesting names in there. Let's go through the favourite, whatever each one could bring to the club, who I think actually fits Norwich City Football Club right now. Let's be real for a sec. Norwich are in a weird place. We're not terrible. We're not good enough to go up either. It's that in-between stage in which you've got half a squad built for possession football and the other playing for like it's in League One. But Manning's system never really landed. You could see what he wanted to do, play progressive, brave football. But when you're losing duels, conceding late goals, and the dressing room's quiet, is a recipe for disaster. That's why this next appointment is crucial and massive for Norwich. Norwich needs someone who can come in, motivate the players again, and find that identity again. And the odds, which I'll get into in this video, tell a story about the kind of manager in which Mike Atanasio will be looking for. A manager that can actually bring pride and beauty back into this football club instead of protests and horrible football. So let's have a look at who is favourite to take over at Norwich City. First up, many people will like this one, Michael Carrick. The bookies have him right now near the top around 4-1. It makes sense, doesn't it? He's done solid work at Middlesbrough, and his time carries Premier League weight from his time at Manchester United. The question is, would he come to Norwich right now? I mean, it's probably unlikely unless the project does sell him. But based on style, he fits it. Calm, possession-based football, wants his teams to play through the thirds. Pretty similar to Liam Manning and what we tried to do under him, but just with more structure. But you guys might not like this one, but I think it will happen. Russell Martin, a Norwich legend, he's got that connection to the club, knows what it means to wear the shirt, and he did alright with Southampton and Swansea when he was in the Championship. But again, would he come to Norwich, who are 23rd in the Championship? I'm not sure, but still, some fans will love it. He's emotional, he's passionate, he's proven he can build a playing identity that fans actually enjoy watching. But if we did somehow convince him back to the club, I think Carrow Road will have that energy again, which teams will fear coming to Carrow Road instead of actually not fearing and actually getting 3 points. But next up, Gary O'Neill, a bit of a wild card. He's done a solid job wherever he's gone. Handled tough squads and knows how to steady a ship. He might have not played the prettiest football at Wolves, but right now, we need results over style. And if a board want a stabiliser before building again, Gary O'Neill does make a lot of sense. But would he come to Norwich based on the style like we've discussed with Michael Carrick and Russell Martin? Probably. I think he will probably. Sorry about fixing my hair, guys. Someone commented in that in one of the last videos. Sorry about that, but he probably will come to Norwich. I reckon that will be the favourite at the moment, like based on the fact that he's looking for work at the moment, and we've literally just sat Liam Manning, so I reckon that will be Ben Napper's favourite. But moving on, there are also some long shot names. Sorry about that, I'm shattered. Floating around. Brendan Rodgers, Michael Skubala, even some whispers about Dean Smith again, which I really hope not. But realistically, Rodgers is out of budget and ambition range, but it shows how desperate the market can get after a sacking, in which our fans start dreaming of a miracle appointment like Daniel Farker maybe being sacked by Leeds and us poaching him back and bringing him home. But I don't think that'll happen. But moving on to what we need. Forget about the odds for a second. Norwich need a manager who can bring back the basics, make Carrow the fortress again, stop conceding goals that are so easy to defend, and give us, sorry about that again, my hair has been horrible today, and give the fans something to believe in. Someone who's got both tactical ideas and perspective. Carrick and Martin do tick the first box, don't get me wrong, but O'Neill maybe ticks the second one as well, but whoever comes in has to rebuild the trust with us, because at the moment we're terrified of what could happen to this club in the next 5 years, because we feel disconnected. The atmosphere is so toxic that we're having protests every home game calling for Ben Napper and co to go. But I reckon if one good appointment by Ben Napper, if he does one good thing right, that could stop happening. But whoever does come in really needs to rebuild the trust of us, because as people have said, Norwich, like us as Norfolk people, we don't usually get angry, but when we get angry we voice it, and voice it, to be fair. But if I had to put money on it right now, I'd say Norwich would go for someone like Carrick if they could pull it off. A surprise name from Europe, someone young, modern, a bit unknown, had done it before. In that case, I would go for Knudsen from Bodo Glimt. He's experienced in Europe. He's good from bringing up young talent, actually playing them. We've heard this story before with JHT, but part of me does want a Russell Martin type figure, someone who actually gets this club and doesn't treat it like a stepping stone, like goes from us to a higher club. But either way, this decision could define the season. Norwich could still turn it around. It starts with getting this right. So yeah, Manning's out, the search begins. Who do you think should be the next Norwich boss? Drop your picks in the comments, and if you've got any wildcard suggestions, I want to hear them too. Hit like if you're fed up with the same results, and subscribe for all the Norwich news and reactions. It's going to be a busy couple of weeks at Carrick. See you in the next one. Take care now. Bye bye.